Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hard 100, the video series documenting the culling of my collection from what it is to what it's going to be. Congratulations! You have just committed the heist of the century. But there's a problem. No one agrees exactly how the loot should be distributed, but you and your friends have a solution. You're going to talk through your problems, you're going to work at it, you're going to come to a reasonable solution. And this is not going to devolve into shit. Cash in Guns, 2nd edition by Ludwig Montblanc and Kovalik and Repos Production is a party-style game in which you and your friends are trying to divvy up the loot. But before you can divvy up that loot, you have one thing you have to take care of, and that is your friends. The way that it works is on your turn, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a handful of cards. You're gonna have 5 blank cards, you're gonna have 5 bang cards. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take one secretly, you're gonna put it under your little deuter. At which point, the Godfather is gonna call for a Mexican standoff. And you're gonna take your little foam gun, boink, boink, and he's gonna go 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna point it at somebody. At that point, everyone determines, based on the guns pointed at them, and if they think they are gonna get shot, if they're going to stay in or out of the round. So you put your little finger on your deuter, and if you are out, you drop, and then you're out and you're good. If you are in, everyone reveals their bullet cards, and then if you have been banged, you're dead and you're out of the round. You don't get to partake in the take. If you are in, congratulations. You'll just go around and you get to take one of the treasure cards from the middle, anything from money to diamonds to paintings to different special abilities, and including the change in the title Godfather. Because here's what the Godfather gets to do. Not only do they get first pick of the loot, after everyone points their guns, they can point at someone and go, hey, you, point your gun over there at that person. And then you will change and point the gun at that person. It is a very silly, light game. There's nothing realistic about it. If this art back here looks familiar, it's because that's the gentleman that does the art for the Munchkin games. It really drives home the silliness of everything, and it's pretty good. Now, some people may have a problem with pointing foam guns at their friends and family, but if you can't point foam guns at your friends and family, who can you point them at? Because not a stranger. Because in this day and age, you can't go taking these foam guns and pointing them at strangers in public. You're gonna get shot in the face. The foam guns, in the privacy of your own home, it can be fun. And with the right crowd, it can be a riot. With the wrong crowd, it can be a dud. You play the game for 8 rounds. At the end of the 8th round, everyone counts up all their money and treasure and goodies, and the person with the highest money is the winner. Whoever has the most diamonds gets an extra $60,000, a big super diamond, and all of the paintings that you have collected have a set collection element, so if you have 1, they're 4,000, and all the way up to 10 of them and you get 500,000. I've never seen that happen, but people will collect them all. And all of the players actually play a character. They give you a special ability as well to kind of spice things up. Everything from taking money from someone when they die. Oh yeah, there is player elimination. So if you do get banged, you have 2 wounds, and on the 3rd wound, you die and you're out of the round. But that's not a super big problem. Player elimination isn't a problem, although if you have more than 1 gun pointed at you and they both bang you, gross, no. Haha. You would take 2 wounds instead of the 1. So if you have 3 guns pointed at you, it's probably best to bow out and be like, sorry everybody. But here's why player elimination is not a big deal. Housekeeping. 4 to 8 players. I've played it with as little as 5, and I've played it with the full 8 numerous times. The full 8 is the way to go. It gets a little chaotic, it gets a lot more fun, and it really makes sure that everyone's gonna have at least 1 round where nothing is pointed at them. So everyone gets to kind of take in the middle. Ages 10 and up, guns, 10 and up, okay. And then 30 minutes. That 30-minute mark is also a really big indicator. So if someone is out, they're not necessarily not enjoying themselves, because they're not gonna be out for it. No one's going out in the 1st or 2nd round, unless you're super dumb, but you're gonna play a lot more carefully. So when you're out, it's no problem. Look, load your gun, shoot, share the loot. That's all you gotta do. Everything's laid out very nicely. You put the Godfather in front of you. The Godfather tile in the middle is also a player aid as far as where everything goes. There are a ton of expansions on this game, and I don't need a single one of them. Sometimes I wouldn't mind having more players, but I think the way that it works, 8 players, 8 rounds, 8 loot cards out, everything just seems perfectly suited to play it as it is. You're not playing this game so much where you're like, now we're gonna do it this way. No. Cash and Guns, second edition at least, is a fun game, and I think this is some of the most fun we've had with my family. Oddly enough, when we host a Thanksgiving or a Christmas, this is one that we pull out when we have a lot of people. Even as someone who is watching the game, so if you have like 9 or 10 people, and people are kind of like, don't want to, pull this one out, and everyone's gonna have fun at least watching it. If they just kind of watch all the craziness and all the it's pretty fun. Admittedly, if you are sensitive about this thing, it's perfectly fine. It's silly, it's foam, it's very, very fake. It's all taken with a very silly tone. No one is really dying in this game. You're eliminated. That's the word they use. And it's just kind of silly. It's more Looney Tunes, silly, pew, 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 gangster kind of thing. It's not even serious. This theme is what saves the game from being too, this is probably not a good idea. But if this was a more serious theme, let's say the brass guys, we put this kind of theme, character design and art on this game, I don't think it would flow as well. I think because Mr. Munchkin, Mr. Kovalik, because he made the game as silly looking as it is, we are able to get away with something that might not be looked at favorably by a lot of people. So, long and the short of it, Cash and Guns, second edition, is in My Hard 100. It is a really good large player game that is really, really good with people you are close with. If you play it with people you don't really know that well, it can kind of be but play it with people you are really, really close with, and then you start holding it sideways because we gangsta. Can't believe I said that, but that's okay. Cash and Guns, you are in My Hard 100. You are pretty good, and I like you, and I don't need an expansion for this. I just need this. Yeah, pretty good stuff. So Cash and Guns, thank you so much. It's right from my shelf. Let the theme and the little foam guns determine if it is right for yours. Again, my name is Billy. Thank you so much, my beautiful, beautiful people. And remember, don't trust anybody when it comes to robbing a place. Because there's always one crazy person who's a wild card and will come at you when you least expect it. Peace out.